Hello peeps and welcome back to Material Energy Hypercubed. I've actually accomplished a lot of stuff. You might notice all of the tanks over here. These are all resonant tanks full of lava and gelid cryothium. Turns out the endothermic pump is capable of pumping up gelid cryothium. So I went through and I pumped up all of the lava in the rotunda, and I pumped up all of the gelid cryothium in the biosphere. That's a lot. Went ahead and made a ton of obsidian. And I was also going back through and exploring the inclusion chamber a little bit to see if I'd missed anything. But I have a little bit of something to share first. When we come out here, we take a look in this pen. Look what I have. I have a real chicken. It's a real honest-to-goodness chicken. I think this is a 5th generation chicken, so you have to breed through 5 generations in order to get standard, just plain white chickens, instead of the wild ones. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, in the bottom of the rotunda, I also gathered up all of the vulcanite and all of the nether quartz. It led me to get a rather absurd amount of vulcanite. So, I made a vulcanite lumber axe with auto smelt on it, and I've been using that to get charcoal. It's a slow, painful process trying to go towards getting the poly tool, so I finally just gave up. I put enough lapis on my pickaxe to get Fortune 3, and I went through vanilla mining, and I just mined up a whole crap load of diamonds. So we're going to decompose some diamonds to get our nanotubes. We're going to save balls to it. I have also gone through and made some casts, and I have a vulcanite sword blade, a vulcanite tool rod, and an obsidian wide guard, because my sword here, if you hold control, you'll see that it is made completely out of iron. It's low durability, it gives reinforced 1, and the handle modifier is 1.3. So right now our durability is effectively 650, and we do 14 attack damage. Well, let's change this a little bit. By adding a vulcanite sword blade instead of the iron sword blade, we now have 15 attack damage. By adding the vulcanite tool rod, we now have an effective durability of 6,000. And by adding the obsidian wide guard, we now have an effective durability of 7,714. Our sword is now much better. Much, much better. We are more capable of fighting, it's going to last longer, and we're not going to have to worry about it breaking in the middle of everything and me ending up dying again because my sword broke. Let's go into inclusion chamber. This is not inclusion chamber hypercubed. This is just the inclusion chamber. And let's go down, down, to the skystone area. I was kind of digging around through here a little bit, and I was using my steel hammer just to flatten this area out. And then I thought, well, this is kind of pointless for me to be doing it this way, so let's go the whole way down to the base level. If I can find my staircase that I built, here we go. Well, that's not the right staircase, but close enough. We got enough health that we can take a fall. And I was thinking, you know, these spires here look pretty suspicious. And in the bottom of this spire was where we found the skystone chest with the wool. But there's another spire over here. It's kind of sticking down. And then there's another one kind of over there. I haven't explored that one yet, but I did explore this one. And I found something kind of nice. And I didn't pick it up because I wanted to do it on camera. So in here is a skystone chest with crafting storages, crafting monitors, ME interfaces, dense energy cells, blank patterns, printed calculation circuits, crafting units, and a 128Q spatial component. So we can make our own spatial storage. Nice, huh? And my cats are making fuckloads of noise as usual. Let's drop back down here. I also punched a hole into here so that I can use the escape route from here. But we're not going to use it quite yet, because I think I saw something on top of one of these skystone brick spires. Remember a long time ago when I saw the skystone brick and I said I don't trust this? Like back in episode 1, I think it was. I think there's something on top of this. So if we take, let's just get our hammer and smash some of this up. If we pillar up here, yeah, it is a skystone chest. With a couple bags of fertilizer, some thickened glass, some glowstone glass, some golden edged glass, agmalin, carved glass, pocophenium, molten fairy metal, a bunch of ender infused obsidian, some colored soul sand. I wish I'd had that a long time ago. A Hadroth tough binding. Yeah, a bunch of stuff in here. Now, I don't see anything else suspicious from my vantage point here. I'm sure there's more stuff buried in the asteroid here, but I'm going to get this all off camera. I'm going to come back through here and just, like, I'm going to decimate the entire asteroid, basically. I already got the one around behind there, so. For right now, we will just head back out. We'll put away our goodies. And we will do a little bit more exploration into our quest book. That's energy cells. I wonder, with the calculation circuits... Wait, I can't do anything with the calculation circuits because you have to have this printed silicon to actually make the calculation processors. So I can't do anything with the circuits at the moment. Wow, you guys are making a lot of noise. Let's put all this away. I also did make a very minor change to my smeltery. Around the side, I put another drain and a manual seared faucet and a table for when I'm wanting to cast tool parts. So I'm not having to worry about possibly overfilling it and casting too many. Alright. My cats are on a rampage. I'm not sure why, but for the last 2 days they've just been going berserk. And my ME storage is completely full. I really wish I could build another drive. I'm going to have to brave Inclusion Chamber Hypercube really soon. Okay, so, in the quest book. It wants us to do a polytool. The polytool is going to require 4 stacks of carbon nanotubes, of which I have 6. Yeah, I have 6 whole carbon nanotubes out of the 256 that I need. Oh, 17 carbon nanotubes. I was decomposing all sorts of charcoal in here. The problem with decomposing charcoal and then composing it into carbon nanotubes, let me put all of my carbon away. And the nanotubes. If you decompose an entire stack of charcoal, you're going to get, I believe it was 6.5 stacks of carbon out of it. We'll go ahead and wait for this to finish. There's our 6 stacks, and, oh, nope. just shy. Well, I mean, I think there's a percentage chance for it, so. But if you do that, that gets you a carbon nanotube, which means one stack of charcoal gets you 1 and some change. We need 256 stacks, so we would need 256 stacks of charcoal to make this polytool. It's kinda silly. We may as well burn off some of the carbon we've got to get one more. You guys, I don't know what the heck is up with you today, but you need to stop it. Stop it. Go away. Dipset, dipset. Get out of here. Alright. Or you can just decompose 1 diamond and get 3 of the damn things. So we're just going to go ahead and decompose probably a stack of diamonds. And if this ends up being too many, not a big deal. We can always just recompose it back into diamonds. It's actually not even enough. We're going to need another 12, I think. Nope, 13, 14, 15. There we go. That gets us all of the carbon nanotubes we're going to need to make the polytool. Actually, that's not the pattern. The pattern is... That gets us our polytool with 1 nanotube to spare. We still have 49 diamonds. So, not too bad. Polytool is complete. That's going to get us a reward bag, some fluorine, some magnesium, and some hydrogen. The reward bag is an epic reward bag, which is going to give us beacons with bash damage 5. Okay. Sure, why not? I guess I could put the beacons down and get the effect. But right now I just can't be bothered. I wonder if I could decompose those beacons. Oh yeah, you can decompose those beacons. You can decompose the beacons into the components for another star. As well as some sand and some magnesium oxide. That's handy. I might have to do that. Because that would give me 4 nether stars. What can you use another star for in this pack? Making a beacon, making another star generator. Power is not an issue, so I wouldn't have to ever do that. A ludicrite block. A compact machine, but that takes 8 of them. A quantum entangler. A player interface, a spirit binder, or poison arrows. Expensive, huh? So yeah, they're not really used for that. Wait, angel rings are installed. You use nether stars to make angel rings. So, oh. Oh, that's such bullshit. Septuple compressed. 4 septuple compressed cookies, 4 blocks of diamond, and a ludicrate ingot. Oh, God. Okay, so I guess I'm not flying anytime soon. Let's put the polytool away. What else can we do? Pokephenium. It wants 5 ingots of pokephenium, made by mixing iron, cobalt, and twice as much blood. Now, I have 4 cobalt. I need some iron. And then I need some blood. There's a couple of ways to get blood in this mod pack. The first and most obvious is to just jump in the frickin' smeltery and kill yourself. But you can also smelt rotten flesh down into blood. I am definitely not hurting for rotten flesh. So we are going to do that instead. Now, I have absolutely no idea how much rotten flesh it's going to take. So we're going to start off with 8. Now, it looks like rotten flesh melts pretty quick. So if this isn't enough, we'll be able to easily tweak this. That gave us 40 millibuckets of blood. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough. But we'll let that continue going. In the meantime, I'm going to go out here and visit my chickens, because they should be ready to breed again. Come here, chickens. Feed the chickens. Get me the regular chicken. I regret to inform you, wild chickens, your services are no longer required because I have real chickens. Although maybe your services will still be required. As food for my belly. Alright. I've got 3 ingots of molten cobalt. I've got 32 millibuckets of molten pocophenium. Okay, so that was enough for about, you know what, we're just gonna do this, screw it. If we end up with more blood in here than we really need, we can always filter it out. That's not even enough, wow. Alright. We'll go ahead and melt down another stack. That leaves us with 1 ingot and 7, so let's go ahead and just melt down another stack. It's not like rotten flesh is a big thing for us. Jesus! Someone's got yayas! My cats are going insane. They're about to take me with them. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and melt down another half stack or so. That should be enough to finish this off. Might have a little blood left over, but that's fine. The goal is to have no cobalt and no iron in here. Oh, are you kidding me? There's 1 nugget of each left. Alright, well, what we're going to do is we're going to add rotten flesh 1 at a time until we get rid of this last 1 nugget of each. I would imagine 1 piece of rotten flesh should do it. Really? No? I wish I knew how much one nugget was. An iron nugget. Yeah, you can't tell. It doesn't say. And nugget casts aren't in this version, so. If I end up with a little extra blood, I don't really care. I know this will do it. I'll just break out the casting table when it's done. There we go. Alright, and we need to pour out the molten pocophenium. That's going to get us our pocophenium ingots. And we need a total of 5 of these. I'll clean the blood out of this thing later. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get my total of 5. Awesome. Okay, Pokefenium gets me a Pokefenium block, Pokefenium Tough Rod, and a reward bag. Greater reward bag is more of these stupid generators. I don't know why these generators are considered a good reward. I mean, when you stop and think about it, you've got infinite power, essentially. So why would you even need those? It's chicken. Alright. Next up would be Manulian. But I have to get Ardite in order to do that. Ardite is from Ardite ore, Ardite ingots. Can synthesize Ardite from argon. Argon is chemical 18. So let's see here. Element number 9 is fluorine. But what I can do is I can fuse oxygen and hydrogen to get fluorine, and then I can fuse 2 fluorine to get argon. And then it takes 16 argon. Actually, 18, what is element number 36? Krypton. That's not easy to get. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. I think the easiest way to do it is going to be fuse oxygen and hydrogen to get fluorine, then fuse the fluorine. I should... Yeah, we're going to do that. Take all of our oxygen. I'm going to take all of our hydrogen. And we're going to take all of our cellulose too, in case we need to break down some more. And it's off to the chem lab. And then up to the fission, or the fusion reactor, where we're going to fuse hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen. And we're going to go split We're going to split down our cellulose to get more oxygen and hydrogen. I need another stack of each, I'm figuring. Hydrogen, oxygen gets fluorine. Combine 2 fluorine to get argon. Ooh, I got no power. Drain both of my resident cells. That's awesome. Let's go back to the observatory. I need to get a crescent hammer. And do I have a resonance cell in here? Yeah, I do have a resonance cell in there. So we're going to pop back to the chem lab. We're going to take these 2 off, because these are doing no good for me at the moment. They're both empty. For the moment, we're going to go up to the 2nd floor, and we're going to attach this cell directly to the chamber. Because right now, most of the power is needed by the chamber. Actually, I don't want to put it there. I've got the side configured for output, so that'll output energy directly into the fusion chamber. This is going to get me a shit ton of argon, but it's going to get it fairly slowly, it looks like. Just from the amount of power it's going to take. Let's go to the reactor and start recharging these two cells. Why does it look like... What happened to my reactor? Something happened to my reactor. And I don't know what. Why is there stone in my reactor? Okay. So that's not cool. Alright, well, it looks like I might have to do some repair on my reactor. Because there is stone clogging up the whole frickin' thing. You know what? I think this is a good time, as good a time as any, since I'm going to have to drain the reactor anyway, to switch over to a different source of cooling. I'm going to melt down a couple of ender lily seeds. These things, when melted down, give 4 buckets of enderium. Enderium, unlike cryotheum, flows. So all you need is 1 bucket, or all you need is 8 buckets of ender, as opposed to the, I don't even remember how many, of cryotheum that you need. I think it was 100, wasn't it? So we're going to switch this reactor to using molten ender, not ChemLab. In order to do this, we're going to climb to the top. We're going to break off all of this crap. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Just wasted some fuel. Alright. We'll put the yellorium fuel rod back in the middle where we got it. And then we're going to use sand to... That's not going to work. We're going to use sand to destroy all of the cryotheum. Apparently sand doesn't sink in cryotheum, it floats. Which is admittedly kind of awesome, but I need a shovel if I'm gonna do this. I wish I knew what happened. Did the thing like overheat and boil into lava? Or... But as far as I know, that's not a thing. I've never heard of that happening. So, yeah, this is weird. But it's alright. We'll fix. We fix. And I haven't updated any of the mods in the pack. There hasn't been a pack update. There's nothing changed that should have made that happen. No. Okay, now we're down to stone. Oh, you know what happened? Oh, son of a bitch. I know what happened. I know why it happened. Okay. Okay, so what happened was, remember I was talking about how the endothermic pump works to pick up the cryotheum in the bottom of the biosphere? Yeah, what's right over there? Right over there is the loading area for the spatial storage. Meaning, when I was pumping the cryotheum out of the bottom of the biosphere, I was also pumping the cryotheum out of my fucking reactor. No wonder the damn thing doesn't work. Alright. I'm gonna punch through here. That's okay, we're gonna replace it with we're gonna replace it with Resonant Ender anyway. Simply because Resonant Ender is just as good, if not a little bit better, for cooling, and it doesn't require nearly as much to get the job done. Over here, we've got ourselves a full tank of Resonant Ender. Back to the chem lab, from there back to the reactor. Up we go. And with Resonant Ender, you need to put one bucket, not there, one bucket in the cross junction of each of these. Just like that. And then one bucket in the four corners. And the Resonant Ender will flow and the flowing ender will touch every single block and cool the whole thing. There we go. We have a reactor again. Green light means we're good to go. The status is online. We're producing 11.3 kR of a tick. It's not quite as powerful as it was, although it might be because it's only 95% full. Let's go get a yellorium ingot and refill the reactor, see if maybe that'll get the lost efficiency back. Because I did accidentally break out that one fuel rod. Pop that in there. 11.6, 7. So we're producing about 11.7 kR of a tick. Fuel usage is roughly the same as it was before. It's a little less efficient running on molten ender, but overall it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and pull this cell off. Back to the chem lab. Back to the second floor. Yoink. Ploink. Shutting down internal server. A fatal error has occurred. This connection is terminated. Wonder what I did. Let's take a look. There was a critical exception handling a packet on channel inventory tweaks. Weird. Index out of bounds exception. I don't know. I don't get it. So no, we don't want to play multiplayer. Let's go back into single player here. And we'll see if I corrupted my world, I guess. No, didn't corrupt the world. Seems to be working. So we'll go ahead and combine some more argon into fluorine. I wonder if it was the fact that that it was trying to transmit a second energy cell to my inventory. I don't know. I don't get it. Back to the reactor. Ploink. Ploink. I need to find a way to hook the Tesseract into everything so that I can just be outputting power constantly. Okay, it didn't do it that time. And we're just going to go ahead and wait until we get all of the argon that we need, and then we're going to go make ourselves... Actually, I need to get the cobalt now too, because I made it onto Pocofinium. Son of a bitch. How do you get cobalt? I would imagine it's 16 cobalt. Cobalt ingot. Chemical synthesis machine. 16 cobalt to get 1 cobalt ingot. Cobalt is chemical element number 27. So the easiest way to get that is going to be to fuse iron and hydrogen. I'm gonna do that off camera. We derped around enough this for one episode, I think. I'm gonna go back to the chem lab real quick. And I want to go ahead and make this argon into ardite. You know what? I wonder if you can just straight up synthesize manilion. Not manganese. Can you just straight up synthesize this shit? No. You actually have to smelt it. Okay, well, there we go. 8 ingots of ardite. And I will do the fusion for the cobalt off camera. And then next episode, when we come back, we'll have the ability to get manilion. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Night Dagger with Material Fusion Hypercubed, episode 13, I think? I can't remember. I lose track of these things so easily. Next episode, I think what we'll probably do is we'll finish up the manilion quest. We might take a look at some more of these quests in the upper area here, the lot of saplings. I was intending to do caffeine, but completely forgot about it. And I should be getting the eggs so I can do something sweeter and domestication too. So, hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'll catch you later, peeps.